All right, come on in. Welcome, welcome.
Come on in, guys. Tune in, tune in, tune
We were thinking the same thing with the Afrocentric colors.
in. I know. I got a shirt, an Afrocentric shirt on. I
Yes,
just fit in with my shirt.
thinking the
Come
same
on
thing.
in, you guys. Tune in for Tea with Nikki and Tanya. You guys tune
Hmm.
in. I am an owner of Extremely Unique Boutique. I have new things that's coming that's customized. I've been doing a lot of customized things. I also sell clothing on extremelyuniqueboutique.com. Don't forget to check out my accessories and also my makeup. And this is a new lipstick, so
Hmm.
check out that too.
What color is that?
Um, Christina.
Oh, looks like a reddish pink.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I
I've
like
been
that.
messing with the loud color since it's summertime.
Yeah.
I don't think I can pull it off in the
Oh,
winter.
okay. Well, my name is Tanya, entrepreneur of Simple Treasures at Tanya's. And currently we are doing vision boards and we're doing paint and sip. So hopefully you guys can join us, go to our meetup and join one of our groups and come on out and have fun. Hmm. Been outside today, such a beautiful day.
Yeah, I had one.
Mm.
I had one to take time out to everyone like pause and exhale right now because this week been very hard for everyone. We've been losing lives. We've been getting
Mhm.
sick and all that. So everyone take time out right now and take a deep breath in and let it go. If you guys did that just now, thank God that you here because it's a lot of people is not here with us today, and we lost a lot over the weekend. So
Yes, and the madness continues.
yes, it does. It
And
does.
we have one more month, maybe a couple more weeks before school starts back, and we've lost a lot of children to violence. They
Mm-hmm.
won't be returning to school, and that's trauma for their families and for their classmates. So, like you said, we just stay prayerful and hopefully, hoping that this will turn around because it's like it's just the worst summer so far.
Yeah,
And
it
that's
has.
the thing we hate about summer is that we have monkeypox, COVID-19, the Delta variant. We got so much violence. And I know I saw on the news it said last night some north side robberies. People can't even come outside and walk and enjoy themselves.
Yep.
From the expressway shootings to kids can't play outside. It's just really sad. It's really, heavy on your heart and
Yes,
sad.
it's very heavy, and I'm
Mhm.
honored that the young lady who got shot, the baby ended up living. So
Oh,
she
yeah.
survived, you guys. So I saw that on the news. So I was so happy for that because some
Hmm.
of them didn't survive it, but she survived the head shot to the head. So she
Hmm.
survived it, you guys. So that's a blessing.
Yes. So it's got a lot of us thinking about living here in Chicago and, possibly moving around.
Yeah, but I put it like this. A lot of people saying move, but I hope you're
Mhm.
taking your kids with you because some of the kids, people who talk about moving, y'all kids is the problem. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna say
Oh,
it. Take your
girl,
kids
you know
with
they
you.
leaving the kids behind. Now
No,
stop.
no. Take them bullets with you. Cause I see a lot of people on Facebook. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
sit here and tell a story posting that they leaving, but half of them
Uh-huh.
is their kids and their boyfriends. Take them with you, baby. Take
Yeah,
them.
they
because
They
you know,
leaving them behind.
yes, I was born and raised in
No
Chicago, and
child left behind, but they said they
yes,
leaving them behind.
but it's crazy because I was born and
Y'all
raised.
wrong for that
Yeah,
one.
I was born and raised in Chicago, so I
Hmm.
know the hard coming that we had. We had many days we had to fight and come back to
Yeah.
life. So I wouldn't trade my city for the world, but at the same time, I want to explore the life and world. I just don't want to move from one
Hmm.
destination to the next thinking it's gonna be good. No, because
Hmm.
half of the problem is y'all kids, your son,
Hmm.
your boyfriend, your uncles, your aunt. You know what I'm saying? Get them and take them with you, and we won't have a problem in Chicago
We won't
either.
have no problem no more.
No more. Don't just leave your babies and
Yeah.
think you going away free because I'm following your ass too. Shit. Leave their ass right here, okay?
Woo, that's wonderful. Well, I want to give a nice, proud shout out to the major Orioles team. They keep winning. Wonderful, wonderful. They're doing a wonderful job with team building and encouraging each other and building up those skills. So I'm so proud of them. Looking forward to the rest of the season. They're young men that really have worked hard this summer for baseball.
Yes, yes. Congratulations, boys.
Yes, and I also want to give myself a pat on the back for helping my son with his batting because we get up early and we do that. So I'm gonna pat
Yes.
myself.
It's a blessing to have mom support. You know,
That's right.
our boys is our baby. See,
That's
we need to
right.
be
And
a
then if
part
they
of
say
their
they
life.
gotta
That's what a
go,
lot of women need to get a part of their
yeah.
son life, like they are part of their relationships.
Mhm.
That
Uh-huh.
means the less it'll be a less violence if you do get involved with your child and do things with your
And
child.
when they say they set a goal, help them reach that goal. Do what you
Yes.
can. Guess what? We got less time to be shooting and running around bothering people because we're working on our goals. Setting those goals are
For the
so important.
Exactly. And for the team,
Hmm.
girls and boys, now we actually, me and Miss Tanya coming up with this teams. It can be boys too, because we don't want to
Hmm.
leave them out either. So
Right.
team boys and girls, we starting this journal group to help you
Hmm.
guys build y'all dreams and motivate you guys to succeed to what you want to do after graduation, or the eighth grader boys who want to succeed, girls and boys who want to succeed in high school. So you
Hmm.
guys be looking out for that because we're gonna open up a journal group and we're gonna
Hmm.
be posting dates and stuff,
Yeah.
times and
It's
dates
gonna be
on
on our meetup.
our
On our meetup.
Instagram and
So look
watch
for us on the meetup. Personal Obsessions. That's our name of
it.
our company that we got. Hmm.
Yes, so we doing a
Partners
lot.
in crime. Hmm.
So pay attention to streaming. Pay attention to Nikki and Tanya because we opening a lot of doors for a lot
Hmm.
of people, especially the teenagers who want to be entrepreneurs. So we
Hmm.
can help you guys a lot with that because we are entrepreneurs ourselves. So we can give you more education on that too. So be looking out for us and you know
Yeah, support
give
us.
guys
Support,
a chance.
support, share, post, any way you can support.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. We love it.
And to our YouTube fans, we sorry we not getting enough love to you guys, but we
Oh
appreciate
no.
you guys. You guys can also say something in a comment on our YouTube page if you guys want to tune in with the journaling group. And
Hmm.
if you want to tune in about anything, just post it on our Instagram. We will check it and we'll send y'all the emails how to get closer to
The
us.
information.
So,
That's right.
yes. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for sharing. Don't forget to share Tea with Tanya and Nikki and get more information from us.
Yes. So some of our current things that are going on. I know that they were talking about in some instances that vaccinated people were possibly passing on the virus to others as well as people that are unvaccinated. So it's kind of a 50-50, vaccinated, unvaccinated, people still passing away, whether they're vaccinated or unvaccinated. And I think they say the numbers were higher for the unvaccinated. But the thing is, you just never know. If you're vaccinated, you're thinking you're protected, but some people have passed away even though they were vaccinated. So
Yes.
I
Yes.
guess at the end of the day, it all depends on some factor that we don't know about. And like you said, sorry for all those that have lost their lives or currently on ventilators and trying to fight this virus. Best thing we can do is stay masked up. It said double mask. So
Yes.
wear
Yes.
your mask. I'm glad they changed that idea about
And
no
then
mask if you're vaccinated. I
exactly.
mean, whew.
And I want to let everyone know, Corona is still here. It's getting worse.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
guys are actually laughing, and I just talked to Miss Tanya about it. We actually laughing at Kanye West, but at the same time, him in that bubble, it
Mm-hmm.
might happen to us to be in that bubble too,
Yeah,
because
by yourself.
it's getting
Mm-hmm.
serious than what it was. So now
Mm-hmm.
they telling us it's a different signal. It's working on your body, your
Mm-hmm.
muscles, and your
Mm-hmm.
lungs. So it
Mm-hmm.
jumped from one way to the
Mm-hmm.
next. So you guys be careful with doing the traveling with your family,
Mm-hmm.
going trips, having parties with a whole bunch of people
Like the
around.
Lollapalooza, I don't know
Yes,
how that's gonna go down,
be
but
careful, guys. Double your
mm-mm.
mask, like they said, and keep your hands sanitized
And keep
because
your
it's very
distance.
serious. And
Uh-huh.
guys, please share this video because a lot of people think it's fake. No, people
Mhm.
are dying. Look at where
Yeah.
your animals at. They don't even talk about your
Mhm.
animals in the zoo no more
Mhm.
because they experience on the animals and they not living no more. So you guys be careful. Be
I
careful
don't know. I know
because
this last
they
one they
not gonna
saying the Delta variant, no fever. Before we were checking for fever, we were checking for a cough. You don't have a cough, you don't have a fever. All you have is pain, joint pain, headaches, neck pain, back pains, and loss of appetite. So that no sense of smell and no taste, that's no longer the case. So some people were still going by that, and come to find out they had COVID. So that's not the same symptoms as we had before. So, yeah. So, and it attacks your lungs, like you said, and then
yes,
most people end up with pneumonia. So,
yes,
yeah. So it's a totally different symptoms, totally different everything. So, just
yes, yes.
it pays to know what you're looking out for, so you won't be looking for the same old symptoms, and it's no longer those symptoms. If you have the Delta variant. But if you have the COVID-19, then those are the symptoms. So we
Yes.
just have to stay, with the information so we can look out and then help our family members and our loved ones so that we all looking out for what's going to come next. So
Yes.
what next question is about the school. I see they started a virtual academy. So
Oh yeah, I
we,
set my baby up for
we have
that.
students that are fragile, have fragile health conditions. They are recommending those students continue with the virtual learning.
Uh-huh.
And then yeah, and then they'll be unenrolled in the regular school and be enrolled into the virtual academy. So that's the first step in, trying to be ahead of things before school starts. So that's a good
And
thing.
me personally, being a
Hmm.
parent, I'm very, very scared of this because now
Hmm.
they're saying they got monkey pox, they having
Hmm.
corona,
Hmm.
and my thing is, to be honest, working with the school system and not putting the school system down is not
Hmm.
got nothing to do with the school system. It's the kids. The kids comes with snotty nose, and then
Hmm.
they don't know how to keep their hands to themselves. Now they
Hmm.
said they're gonna try to force the kids to keep their hands to themselves. But if you ain't seen your friend in 2 years, come on now,
Hmm.
you gonna be hugging, touching, talking, and
Well,
feeling and sharing
I'm gonna say
chips
this.
and
I was just up
everything.
at the summer camp. I was just up at the summer camp, and then nobody have mask on. The mask was under the face and on the ear, and they run around playing, and they're very close to each other. So, I
Yes.
mean,
And then
they're
and that's
children,
why I
and nobody
said
was monitoring any of that. I think we've got a little bit too laxed from,
yes. And then my
hmm
thing is, like I said, the kids share food,
hmm
candy, chips.
they were all
So
sitting together very closely,
yes,
eating
it's
their
gonna be
food. Yep.
hard. It's gonna be
Hmm.
hard for these kids. So I feel like I don't think they ready personally because
Hmm.
the school system not ready itself. I don't see no hand sanitizers in schools. I don't
Hmm.
see no wipes, Clorox wipes for the teachers can have the kids to wipe every time they switch class. 30 kids in a classroom, I don't think
Hmm.
that's gonna work. I
So
don't think it.
we shall see how this is going to fold out. Well, at least we got the virtual academy. I guess we all unenroll and run over there.
Yeah.
Just
I really like I
get
said, I
full.
just did it, so I have to take my baby to the so in the virtual academy, I just want to give people a little bit heads up because Miss Tanya gave it to me. On
Hmm.
the virtual thing, you when you sign your baby up, you actually gotta still take her to the doctor so the doctor can
Hmm.
reevaluate and say it's it's okay.
Okay.
I mean, yeah. So
Oh,
yeah.
okay. That's fine. Well, that's good because some kids don't get to go to the doctor but once a year anyway, and they get the physical. So that's a plus to know that then you'll be checked on and know that everything's okay. So you can't argue with that. But I did have some more news about for the ladies, going to the ladies restroom when you're out and about. Take your own tissue with you. It's a new thing about the junkies. They're using the tissue roll. They're taking the tissue roll off and they're wiping off their needles. Well, we know sometimes that people that use drugs like that have things like HIV and AIDS,
Yes.
and it's absorbed into the tissue, and then you're wiping it on your personal area, and then therefore you're infected with different things, STDs and things like that. So bring your own tissue to the public restroom.
Wow.
Mhm.
But you know what? They might have been doing that for years. And we've been using
Uh-huh.
that's why all this disease is coming about.
Mhm.
The nasty stuff like corona and all that, washing your
Mhm.
hands, that should be mandatory. Why should
Yeah,
they have to tell a grown person, wash your hands when
with
you
your
come out
hand.
the bathroom? That's something you should do, right?
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
at the same time, that's not even the case.
It's not the case. I've seen people I've been in the restroom with and washed their hands. I'm like, ooh, ooh, you went out the door. Oh, really? Okay. Well, I make sure I don't touch that door behind you.
Yes.
So, I can't say you forget. I mean, it should be a habit of when you go to the bathroom to wash your
Yes.
hands. But who am I?
And
Who am I to
that's
say
something
it's
to
a
think
requirement?
about because I wouldn't thought of that. Like if you would have
Mm.
said anything about the junkies, I wouldn't thought of it because you
Yeah,
know
because
what? I don't
remember,
go to restaurants dealing with junkies.
uh-huh. But
So
remember, I told you about the reason why they had locked a lot of the bathrooms, outdoor bathrooms,
oh
were because they were doing
yeah.
inappropriate things in those bathrooms and things. So
Yeah,
they
because
didn't
they
want
do
kids
that.
to walk in there and be assaulted or women to be assaulted, and they didn't want kids to walk in on activities that they shouldn't see, or you walk in on activities. So they had to lock a lot of the bathrooms. And so, when you're out doing different jobs like DoorDash and Instacart, you can't
Yeah.
even get in the bathroom on a certain side of town. So whew, it just puts you at a disadvantage. I'm telling you, you're trying to work,
Make you
but you
that
can't
make
use the bathroom.
that make you like, oh, I don't want to use it no
Then
more.
you got to bring your own tissue. You can't
Yes,
trust folks for putting the
yes,
needles
yes,
on. I mean, it's rough on us around here. I'm telling you, you just stay
yes.
prayed up. I'm telling you,
And
one thing is another.
it's one thing is another, right? So I
Hmm.
want to reach out to my anxiety people. I can't stress this enough. People that's going through anxiety and people that's not, people won't understand where we coming from. I'm
Right.
one of them. I'm a victim. Miss Tanya a victim. We all are
Hmm.
victims to this. So it's very hard to deal with this. And if you got a wing person, like it took God on earth to give me a wing girl to have and to really deal with this situation. And a lot of people don't have that. A lot of
Right.
people don't have friends or family members to go to, and a lot of people is dating narcissists to the point
Hmm.
that they ran their friends away so they don't have people.
That ain't
But
back.
rather
Or abusive
someone
people. Yeah.
that yes, so you can talk to about this because this is a deadly thing due to the pandemic and what we're going through right now. Anxiety is very high risk right
Hmm.
now. So I'm telling everyone, it's you not alone. You is not
Hmm.
alone. You is
Oh,
not
I
alone
think we
from
got
whatever
more people
you
on
go.
our anxiety team now than we had before. I tell you that.
Yes,
There's so
yes,
much going on. Yeah. Hmm.
so much.
So one of my quotes for that is, you don't have to have it all figured out to move forward. So
Yes,
like you said, if you got some support with somebody or join a group, we even got a group.
yes, we do, we do.
I can't wait.
We do, we do. And to some of the people, you go join, meet up, go join our group. And like I
Yeah.
said, email us at Nikki and Tanya at
Hmm.
yahoo.com and then
Hmm.
we can reach out to you too. But
Yeah.
it's
Send you the
not
link for the
dealing
meetup.
with
Hmm.
adults. We have teens out here
Hmm.
dealing with anxiety too. And
Yes.
stress. And let me tell you something. If you don't, the best thing for people who catch anxiety,
Hmm.
if it's not meant for you, let it go.
Let's
Do
go, because
not
you're gonna make
hold
it work.
on to that. it will make it
Hmm.
worse. If you
Hmm.
can avoid the situation, let it go. And to some of my relationship people, you is not married. You do not have to stay in that relationship. So
Hmm.
let that go. If it's not good for you, let it go. Because
Okay.
guess what? Just like you got him or her, you can get the next one.
Yeah, let's say move forward, move forward. That was my quote.
Yes.
So You don't have to have it all figured out, but just go ahead and step on forward and move forward. So then
Yes.
now we have our topic, which is sex education. So, they did start sex education with the fourth graders. And so, a lot of the kids were a little uncomfortable with the with the topic. They wanted some information, but I'm not the sex ed teacher, so I'm not giving no information.
I don't know. So what do the sex ed teacher talk about? Do you know or you
uh,
don't know?
Listen, I did not attend the class, and I
Oh,
don't. That's not my
I
expertise.
think
So
I
I
would
stay in
say
my lane.
that's a year. But you know what? A lot of our young kids are is very exposed to it. A lot
Yeah,
of them is more sexual active than I ever would be
yeah,
in
hmm
life. And
yeah,
I heard and saw a lot of things working in the high schools and
hmm
the regular schools. And I
yeah,
even caught a couple of people doing things that I just
yeah.
didn't think that was
It's really
on the
prevalent
map
amongst the
of
younger
things.
kids. They're like fourth, fifth, and sixth
Yes.
grade. Yep. So
And
I think it's a good idea that they
yes,
learn about the
start. Yes,
basic
it is.
information because
It
sometimes
is.
parents don't tell them the basic information,
No.
or sometimes they get misinformation from friends and older kids,
Yes.
and it's not the case. So it also helps if you're being touched or assaulted, that you understand that this is not a good thing,
It's not
that now you can say, we talked about this in class, and now I
okay.
know it's something that's going on that's wrong. So,
It's not okay. And
information,
to know,
knowledge is always power.
yes,
Yes, it is. Knowledge is always
kids
power.
need to
So,
know what's okay and what's not
let's
okay.
not.
And
We
it's
used to
not.
talk
I don't
about
care.
that.
And it's very
We used to talk about that in like the early elementary and Head Start, good touch,
yes.
bad touch. We did talk about that, but it seems like after Head Start, it kind of dropped off,
No, they
and
don't
so
talk.
now I guess they're going back to doing it for the fourth graders and on up. That I know they're
Yes.
going to be passing out condoms, so you're
Yeah.
going to see a lot of them laying around
But
and
and
kids doing
exactly.
other
But I
things
only
with them
think they should get a condoms to the ones who like the eighth grade, seventh and eighth graders
on
on
up.
up. I don't think they
Yeah.
should get it to the six on down because even though they might be experienced in it,
Hmm.
but I feel like you opening too many doors to say it's okay and it's not.
Hmm.
That's why
Hmm.
we as parents gotta keep an eye on our kids and
Hmm.
watch their mood swings and the way they act. Cause you remember when we were small, our parents
Hmm.
say, "Yeah, you fucking," you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Hush, you know that. You know the way that we change and the way that we've been, you
Yeah, your
know.
behavior.
So yeah, so it's like keep an eye on your kids because let me tell you something. They might be young, but it might be somebody in your house doing some strange things
Yeah,
that you need to be aware of because you can
yeah,
be at work or you can be at home. And that's the
hmm
thing about me. It can happen to boys and girls, so don't
yeah. Doesn't
discriminate.
matter.
Like I can leave
Hmm.
my son there. No, not anymore. You can't. This is 2021 and things happen to boys too. So
Yeah,
make
we've
sure
been doing
you
it for a
keep
long
an eye
time,
on your
so it didn't just start. I know this program, most of the programs are in school, they teach abstinence until you get married and all of that. But I think we need to step away from that because a lot of people not getting married. We just
kids.
need to talk about, we just need to give the information out.
I just waste all that. I waste all that.
Some people will never get married. So it's like, I mean, you leaving some people out. So
I just waste.
let's not even go that route.
I didn't try to waste all of it. All of it just came out my mouth when you said that. You not getting married. No. Give me. Oh, that's okay.
And you can listen. That's a beautiful thing if you are, but
Yes.
hey, if you don't, where does it leave you? Where does it leave you? So
Yes.
the
You can.
whole purpose should be develop, your self-esteem for your health and your well-being. It shouldn't,
Yes.
I mean, our whole focus shouldn't be on marriage. It should really be
Yes.
about
And then
health
I
and knowing
firmly
about
be
your body. Yeah. Hmm.
exactly. And then that's the thing. Marriage is not, don't rush into it. Take
Right,
your
right,
time and
right.
date and look around because the
Hmm.
person you find might not be your husband. He just your fantasy for now. So
Right.
take
There
your
you go.
time into
We're
building
not trying
or
to push
marriage.
nobody to do it.
No,
We're not
you
trying to push
can't
nobody
force
to do
nobody
nothing.
into marriage. I can't believe all that stuff just came out my mouth when you said that. I'm like, what? I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that.
Listen, we got a lot of kids watching inappropriate videos and TV
Yes,
shows. Sex is everywhere, so you
see
got to
that?
explain
It's
yourself
all in
early
the
because
air.
you watching a program and even Disney kissing and hugging. So you
Yes.
watch something, it just start coming. Ooh, cover your eyes. The
Yes.
kids
Yes.
still looking up under it.
See,
They still looking.
they still looking.
So you might as well explain the basics, and don't
Yes.
let them stay in the movie to see too
And
much. You
then
got
you
to.
know what? Listen, because sometimes your kids can explain stuff to you that
Mhm.
and I know a lot of teenagers that explain stuff to me, and I was
Yeah,
confused. Like, what is that?
yeah, got names for it, all that. Well, my thing is, we want everyone to, really love themselves and be respectful of your body, not let anybody tell you what to do with your body, make your own choices. And when you're attending this sex ed class, take that information and use it for yourself. And have good discussions while you're in that class. You got a
Yeah.
question? Ask that sex ed teacher. Don't come back to class and ask me because I'm not going to talk about it. Know that your sexual journey is your personal journey. You don't have to do what everybody else is doing. It's all personal. You don't have to even tell nobody about all your business, how many bodies you
No,
got.
you should not about the camera.
Keep to yourself.
I
Keep to yourself.
no.
Mhm. You don't have to go around with like a resume, It's not necessary. Just saying. So that's our topic about that sexuality. So we wanted to know if some people had any comments about that. Do you think it's okay to teach sex ed to 10-year-olds and up? Do you think that's okay to talk to them about that? So let us know. Put your comments in the comment section. And
Yes,
if
put
you
your
miss it
comments in
now,
the
you can put it in later.
Yes, put your comments in the comment section. While
Mhm.
we waiting on some of the comments, I just want to like again say shop Streaming Unique Boutique. Ball on a budget. Also, and check out my custom styles that I post on the page. Don't forget to share. It take a long way. I
Yes,
saw
yes.
it take a lot. It just take a minute for you to share. So anybody that's
Okay.
watching this, share this video, share my page,
Yes.
share.
So my next quote for what we just talked about is you can go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are now and change the ending. So, you may have made some mistakes with that, sex ed class or the sex and health part, but guess what? You can't change what happened in the past. Just go ahead
No.
on and move forward and you can change the ending. So
Yes.
good thing about I don't think it's a lot of people having babies. I think this lockdown and all that. I don't know. I haven't
Well, the
seen a
first
lot of
year
people.
they did. The second year, I
Yeah,
don't think. The first
right.
year
I
they
think
was
it's
getting
gotten a
it
little
in.
bit
They was
less.
getting it in. Wait a minute.
They don't
They
know they
was
should have
getting it
listen, listen. After they had to stay with each other for so long, then got
in.
mad with
Yes,
each
they
other.
was
Yeah,
getting it in.
that
now,
first
now
lockdown was the
everybody
thing.
breaking up and moving
Mhm.
forward.
I don't know. So hopefully we won't have to do a lockdown if we just, follow these protocols, keep our distance, and like you said, wash your hands and all of that. So hopefully it won't get to that part. That's what
Yeah.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping for a positive school year going back, some some exciting things going on with us and just getting to meet new people and doing different things, something different, changing it up for a bit and just moving forward. That's what I'm looking forward to. This is
Yes.
the end part of the year, so going into that fall time, enjoying that summer while you can. You don't have much long to go.
Now we don't. It went
hmm
back so fast.
School is coming up. Yes, yes. So enjoy
I hope
that summer and stay safe.
it went back so fast.
Yes, it did. Blink of an eye. So do we have Miss Charlotte today?
Hold on.
Miss Charlotte with the
Yeah.
T.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, Miss Charlotte.
What's the tea?
Yes, what's the T?
What's the tea? I hear you all talking about sex education,
Yes.
and it just happens that I was able to sit in on uh, about 6 classes,
Oh,
Woo.
and they are very explicit. They have cartoons. When they get through, they tell them everything that they
good,
should know and even more. They even talk
good.
about uh, your sexual preferences.
Because I know they put
And,
all that in.
yeah,
I'm
and
so glad somebody else teaching that class. Woo!
yeah,
I
how
was
you
always
should,
like, woo!
I
Thank
want to be
goodness.
able to teach that.
how you should treat people that are different from you.
That's
So was
always
yeah.
wonderful. Yeah.
So
Hmm.
was a lot, but I mean, they went all the way there. Don't think they left one thing out. It was a very good teacher that was teaching it.
Oh,
So
wonderful, wonderful.
yeah, it was very good. But those were the seventh, eighth graders. So uh,
Hmm. I
they
imagine they will do the same thing with the fourth grade and fifth grade.
well, they
Imagine that.
have to change it because they. I
Yeah,
mean,
the age
yeah,
level. Hmm.
they as far they were telling them when how to do things and
Hmm.
where to the whole thing, and it was
So
like
education is wonderful, and so I think we shouldn't
mhm,
leave out sex education because, and we also need some financial education. Got to put that in there too. So we got some
right.
gaps and some things, for a lot of people that stuff needs to be filled in because without it, we're gonna keep making the same mistakes. So I'm glad
Yes,
that
yes,
class is
yes.
wonderful.
Well, they
Yeah,
used
that
to
finance class.
have people that come in like twice a week, and they would
Mhm.
give them financial things. I don't know if they do now, and
I
some
think it
schools
was
have
the
banks.
junior something group. But the thing was,
Yeah, yeah, that's the
you know what
yeah,
I'm talking about? Yeah, so the thing was it was different things for different age groups. So I don't think we teach our kids about money and how to save and 401ks and we don't teach them all that
right.
stuff early enough and how to invest. So they didn't teach us. So we had to learn
Yeah,
along
a
the
lot
way.
of us
So
don't know it.
right. So I think they need to come back into school and do that.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
let me see. We have a
That's how
different type of tea today. We're not
thank you.
talking about couples this time.
Oh,
So
okay.
let's see. Okay, Nikki and Tanya. This can you all hear me clearly? Because I have the air
Yeah,
conditioner.
we
Okay.
hear you.
Okay. This is just a question. Why are we always told you only have one mother and expected to let them treat you any kind of way? I'm a 43 and I am 43 and the majority of my life my mother has been toxic from telling my business at an early age to calling me a slut because I told my husband that her husband molested me at a young age. She likes to pretend to the world we have an amazing relationship until I call her out on her bull shit. Okay. Then she lies on me and acts a fool. But when I say I'm done, I'm told you only have one mother, like I'm supposed to suck it up. I have made mistakes and I own them. I'm in therapy to break the cycle. Why should I keep engaging in toxic behavior just because she gave birth to me? Signed, a done daughter. Okay.
Ooh, that's a good one. Ooh,
Yeah, that was
goodness.
a good one. That was a good
That's
one.
a
I got a
bad
lot to say to
relationship.
that one. So I'm gonna let Miss
Yeah.
Tanya go because I got a whole bunch of stuff to say.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just because like they say, just because we've been given different family members, I don't feel like we have to stay with them if we find that they're toxic.
No, you don't.
So I think she's gotten to this point where she's aware of what's going on. That's the
Yes,
best thing that can happen.
yes,
Awareness. And if
yes,
that person is the cause of your unhappiness and
yes,
not owning up to what happened to you as a child,
yes,
it's probably time to really should have been time to move on. So,
yes.
that's how I feel about that. So,
And my comment, I
hmm
be getting hot. I get it hot up in here. I
hmm
feel like, forgive, move on. At the same time, like they said, you got one, you might got one mother, but it's plenty more mothers out there will love you unconditional.
hmm
You might have one mother. I'm gonna say
hmm
it again, but it's plenty mothers out here would love to have a daughter to respect and
yep,
honor and love you unconditionally.
hmm
The thing is, when she didn't believe you when her boyfriend or husband touched you the first time, they let you
hmm
know where you stand in your mother life.
hmm
Because my daughter could not come and tell me, and I have 2 of them, and I have a
hmm
lot of daughters in the real world of today. If
Mhm.
the child come and tell me someone touched them, I don't care if they lying at that moment, but a
Right. You
mother
find out.
instinct gonna think she's telling the truth no matter
Right.
what. Till we
That's
get
right.
to the bottom of it.
That's right.
Till we get to the bottom of it. And ain't no man on this earth gonna stay in my house when my
Mm.
daughter tell me someone touched. So right then and there, that trust in the mother was gone and it was elevated.
Yeah,
Because
it was
you
over
might
to be
have one
good.
mother, she
Mm-hmm.
got one child, and she should have
Mhm.
did something about that. So the thing is, don't hold a guiltiness over her head because she was a scum of a mother.
Mhm.
Let's do better with your kids.
That's
Don't let
all.
that happen to
Mm-hmm.
your kids.
Mhm.
Move forward in life and forgive. At the same time, if she don't want to be, if she keep calling you out your
Right.
name, let her go and live your life.
Yeah, because she sound like the mother from Precious. That's
Yes,
awful. Blame
yes, she
Precious
Yeah.
do.
for sleeping
She
with the
will.
man and also mental disorder.
Yes,
Ooh, that's
mentally
awful.
disordered. Because let me
Mhm.
tell you something, you don't want to bring your kids in a bad situation like you did.
Mhm.
That's the thing. We have
Yes,
kids,
thank you.
and we don't want our parents to be toxic, bringing that toxic around our kids, and then we
Yeah.
end up
Right.
doing our kids the way because our parents is toxic. No, don't do that.
So
Especially
it's
when
stopping
you
the
have a daughter.
cycle now. Yeah. The
Mm-hmm.
cycle is going to stop. You being aware of it. So,
Yeah,
go ahead and do your due diligence
let it
to
go.
stop this cycle now
Right.
that you are aware of it. I know it's difficult because you're saying that's
Yeah,
my mother
yeah,
Right.
okay, well, she don't respect you. She's still blaming you for
Mhm.
something that happened to you from an adult and you were a child. So it's
exactly.
just time to let that go.
They have
Let,
to have a relationship from a distance
yes,
because they
but let
can't
me
have
tell
It
you
it.
won't be
something.
no relationship. It won't be no
It
relationship.
won't be no relationship. Cause let me tell you something. God might have brought you with them parents that you got,
Yeah.
but He might have brought you in the world with the parents that you got. But He
Mhm.
might have some better parents on
Better
the
for
other
you.
end
That's
of that
right.
stick for
Right.
you. Think about
And
that.
for
Just because
I'm with
these
you,
are your
Nikki.
family members, and I want
Yeah.
people to know that. Just
Yeah.
because we are family, that don't mean I have to sit and deal. Go build your own family.
That's right.
And just because
Yes.
we are family, that don't mean I have to sit in the house because I
And be
don't like
abused.
you. I'm not
And be
finna sit in the
abused.
house with a
Right.
couple of
Right.
family members that can't stand my guts. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm going to build my own family. I
That's
don't
right.
need to. I
And
don't
I
need to.
learned a long time ago that we are mothers, but we're just vessels to make sure that the children come here on this earth so that
Yeah,
they can live their lives. We're just vessels. That's all. We don't own
yes,
them.
India
They don't
heard.
own us. We don't get along. It's just very difficult. After they become adults,
Mm-hmm.
guess what? It's time to let those birds fly.
Yeah, just
Why you
because we
think
married,
animals do it?
that don't
She
make us.
she got to
Why you
make
think
peace,
animals
but
say,
she got to make peace because when they say you only have one mother, the only reason they're saying that is
mm-hmm,
because one day that mother is going to leave here and die. So
uh-huh.
you have to be at peace with it,
Yes, you have to
have
be
a
a
peace
Why
with it
I will
because
forgive and I
because
will
if
let
you
her be.
don't, then you still gonna be hurting. You still gonna be carrying all those burdens with you. So she
mm-hmm,
has to face her mother. She
mm-hmm,
has to talk to her again, tell her how she feels and everything. She has to get that off of her so she
mm-hmm.
can be at peace.
But
So
sometimes you
anything
can't
happens
tell
to
that
her,
person
Sometimes you
if
can't
they
do
not
that,
open.
hmm,
Mary,
Mhm.
because let
they
me
don't
Yeah.
tell
have
you
to
something.
listen. They don't have to
No,
listen,
she
but
need
Let
to
me tell
tell
you have
somebody
to
else.
tell them to get it off of your
yeah,
chest
No, she
so
need to
but
you
the
tell
have
thing is,
somebody
release.
her,
else. Tell
yeah,
somebody else because her mother's
yes.
not willing to listen. Her mother's blaming it
No,
all on her,
because
calling
you
her
see how
slut.
she said
Mhm.
she bashing her.
Yeah,
She
so that's
bashing.
gonna hurt. That's
Mhm.
gonna hurt the child, which is an adult. She already carrying a lot of
Yeah,
guilt because she was raped. So
Right,
you
but she
already a victim. Now she being the
right.
victim of her mother's anger because of what happened to her, and she don't deserve that. So
but
you
the
No,
can't
thing,
force people to listen. And
no,
guess
you
what?
can't force
Write
them.
her
You
a
can't
letter.
force.
Write her a letter. Write it down. You don't never have to give it to her. But guess
Yeah,
what?
the
Once you write
letter.
it down,
exactly.
you'll
Right.
feel better.
You'll feel
Mm-hmm.
better. But this the thing.
Mm-hmm.
This the thing. Her mom mad, but her
Mm-hmm.
mom mad at the wrong person. See,
Yeah,
this
she
is
sure
this
is.
is a
What a
lot of
man
problem
there.
is. We jump in relationships thinking these men want us, but half of the
Mm-hmm.
time the men don't want us. The men's looking at our babies,
Uh-huh.
and then sometimes the men's just using us for our flesh. So
Yeah, there you go.
when we gonna wake up and realize, you know what? That wasn't my because
No,
she
it
had on
wasn't.
some little shorts.
Right.
That wasn't my daughter's fault because she had a crop top on. Let me tell
Mm-hmm.
you something. The way I dress don't provide a
No, it
man
had nothing
to
to do.
sit here
Right.
and touch me and look at me perverted, and I'm a
Yeah.
child.
Yeah.
I'm a child. I don't care
Mm-hmm.
if you're a
That's
child
right.
of God, you're a child of Allah, you're a
Mm-hmm.
child of this. If someone look at your child, you should not be mad at your child because
Thank you.
at the end of the day is what God shaped her. Because let me tell you
Mm.
something. The babies these days shape
Yeah.
like a goddess.
Mm-hmm.
They shape way more than me. How I
Mm-hmm.
was when I was little. They
Yeah.
bodies shaped so nice and perfect.
I don't
And
know
you
what they
Right.
got
eating around here. What they
yes, and
eating?
then you got grown men and women's jealous,
Yeah.
envy them, watch them, and
Uh-huh.
everything. So they fight too many battles anyway.
They sure are at the
So
beginning.
my thing
Mm-hmm.
is, she mad. She mad at her damn self for dating some motherfucking body that looking at your child.
That wanted your
So
daughter.
my thing
But
She's
is,
just
see,
like Precious Mama. Yeah,
that
yeah,
she.
may
just
be
like
a
she talking to
that
my
may be a
daughter.
pattern and a curse. That may
Yeah,
be a pattern and a curse because the same thing might have been going on with that mother and the
And
mother
mhm,
that's why
before
sex
that, and it's a
education
pattern.
come.
that's
And I'm
true.
glad they having sex education in class because guess
Yeah.
what? That's not okay. Her mama
Mm-hmm.
might thought it was okay back in 1963, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not
No,
okay because her
okay.
mama didn't know. And it was
Right.
Right.
happening to our grandparents and our great
Mm-hmm.
great grandparents and back into slavery. It was
Mm-hmm.
happening. They felt
Yeah,
like
well,
rape was okay. And
yeah.
then us women that was getting raped, we look at the men of a less of a punk they was, but at the same time, they couldn't help us.
No, nobody could.
They couldn't help us.
And
So
know
we
that,
went
listen,
through
you
so
guys,
much.
that's still going on in a lot of countries because I did read about
Yes,
in India where a 12-year-old brother did rape his 16-year-old sister and became impregnated. And the
Yeah.
mom did not believe her at first. She told mom, told the dad. They did not believe her until her
see,
stomach started growing. Now he's 12, she's 16. So now he has been charged, and both the kids have been moved from the home. But in some of these countries, this goes on like a regular. Not that it don't go on here, but in other
Hmm.
countries, it's like
I
it's
just
an acceptable thing to
yes,
do
it
to,
is. I
And then
just watched
assault
sometimes
women.
the woman gets in trouble. She go
Mhm.
to jail.
All the
yes
time, all the
all
time.
the
And
time.
you know what?
I just
I'm
watched
sure she told her mother and father, and they didn't do nothing. And I'm sure
and
by
it's
now she
sad.
has a
It's
baby
sad.
by her
It's
brother. That is just, I mean, you're a child still, so that's
sad.
just too much.
Exactly. And I
And
just
even as women, we jump on the woman and say it's her fault, and you should have did. We
mm-hmm,
just backwards around here, just
backwards,
backwards.
Hmm.
backwards.
That's
Yep.
I just watched
all
this
I got to
South
say.
African movie. I watched this South
Oh
African
yeah.
movie, and it was a 12-year-old girl. Her dad was poor. They was poor, but
Mhm.
her dad sold her, tried to sell her off
Hmm.
to a higher rank in South Africa. He was like a king and goddess.
Mhm.
His 12-year-old, no, his 10-year-old daughter to a high rank goddess. So it took women's empowerment like myself from South Africa to sit here and protest for this man to not marry this 10-year-old girl. Because the women's was
Thank you.
like, if the men's sleeping with us, that baby
Mhm.
cannot handle that.
That's
So
right.
they
10 year
fought,
old and
they
12
fought,
year.
they fought till the government made it to the women's 18
Uh huh.
um to marry. But my thing
Okay.
is in South Africa, they still getting raped, brutal, and
Yeah.
Right.
everything else. But my my thing is a lot of people in America, like teachers, is sleeping with the younger teenagers now. And in reality, yes, it's a
Yeah.
lot of teachers doing that. So my thing
Mhm.
is, it's like it never stopped. It's not just with women. It never stopped.
Yeah, it never stops. So that's why sex education is important and is
Right.
and then we need to have like support groups. Someone
Yeah.
needs more extra support. If you have had, I'm sure we have some, but now since COVID, a lot of people are out
Oh,
of work.
it's
And
been
so, the mental health field is
yeah.
on strain. The social worker people are on the strain. Everybody is so stressed out, and there's not enough people working to help with all this trauma that people have
That's why
experienced
a lot of
during the
teenage
pandemic.
yes, and a lot of
Hmm.
teenager girls I know is sex addicts because they got molested when they was little, and they just feel like sex is the part of that's why men love them. No,
Yeah, they
just
got it
because
mixed
you
up.
having
Yeah.
sex with every
Mhm.
different boy, that don't mean he love you. He using
No, it
you.
doesn't. Yep.
He
Using your
don't care
body.
about you. You just a sex addict, and then
Mhm.
that's how AIDS occur because
Yep.
you
And all
you
other stuff
you got
too.
a
So,
fiend for it. You think because he's sleeping with you, he care about you. No, that's
mm,
not it. It's a lot of women's like that too.
yeah,
They sex
that is
addicts.
so
That's why
true.
they sleep with friends and cousins and
With
uncles
anybody.
because they looking
Mm-hmm.
for that attention to feel it and they can't never get it filled.
Can't never get it. Yeah, because it's going in
Nope.
the wrong way, a negative way. Mm.
Hmm
That's
Miss
right.
Annette, that was a good letter. I
That
hope
was a
I
good
That's
one.
miss
good time.
yeah, I hope she got
That
the
was
answer that
different.
she's looking for. Yeah.
That was
Now,
just because it and my biggest dream and goals is to talk to our youth and our
mm,
young women's and not just women's, men's, our young youth about this because our young youth is fighting a lot of things. They
yeah.
sexuality, what they gonna do out of life,
Mm-hmm.
cyberbullying,
Mm-hmm.
and that's why
Right.
I was telling Miss Tanya I really want to open this journal up for them to get
Mm-hmm.
like to open up places that they can't talk to people about. I'm not
Mm-hmm.
trying to be your psychologist, but I'm trying to be someone can help you pursue your dream in the next
Mm-hmm.
year from now. Because guess what? Back in the day when we said our kids is our future, to this day I still feel our kids is our future if we put into work into them.
Gotta put the
And a
work
lot
into
of us
it. That's right.
is gave up. The big
Mm-hmm.
mamas are gone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still old school. I'm
Mm-hmm.
somebody. I be somebody big mama, but big mamas are gone now. So we have to step up as a community to build, not just put money or put them in actually
Yeah.
see their whereabouts, how they
Yeah.
living, what they going through. Because there's a lot of teen moms here don't know how to raise kids. It's a lot of
Yeah.
moms today
Right.
that's in their 30s, never had their kids. Their
Mm-hmm.
parents raising their kids, but when they
Mm-hmm.
do get their kids, they don't know how to
Don't
comprehend
know what to
a
do.
child. They don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Right.
They don't know what to do.
And they don't give you parenting like a parenting book, but they
No.
do have parenting classes. But you got to be willing to go so you know what to do with your
Right.
But
baby.
you know
So
what? It's a lot of people don't know where to start at.
yeah, that's true.
It's a lot of
Right.
parents in classes. Like I said, the minorities can find it easy if you got that money.
Yeah.
But if you
Hmm.
don't have that money, it's like it's hard for poor black
Yeah.
people to find things like that, to
Yeah.
get
So
help
we
like
need
that.
we need more money and funds put into things like that. Definitely. Yeah. So that will help our communities greatly if we have stronger parents. That means mom and dad. Everybody stepping away from their responsibilities and not
Right.
being held accountable. But we don't have to be together, but
Oh
we both need to
man,
be in this class.
yeah,
So if
Sure.
something happened to me, and if it does or does not, you still can support your child. A lot of people
exactly,
Right.
just don't like they take
exactly.
this. I don't know what to do. Okay, well, when you gonna
And
learn?
Yeah.
Our
because
experience
every
is the
day
best
we
teacher
learn.
for us. Hmm. We
Every
got
day
our
Right.
we
experience.
learning.
Support
We
your
learning how to
children.
deal with our kids. We
Hmm.
learning the mood swing. We learning the disability in it. We
Yeah.
learning every day. We learning, and that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand. We not perfect parents, not
Right.
from far. We learn every day, and not
It's an
only that,
experience.
we got we got some of us have grandkids. So what we
Hmm.
didn't learn from our kids, we learn it
You
from
know,
our grandkids. So
that's right.
we rebuilding our carnation and our generation over
Hmm.
again. But at the same time, if you know better, we do better.
That's
See what
right.
I'm
That's
saying?
our
So
hope.
invest
Go
in
better and
that
do that.
economy in our kids to be bosses, be
Hmm.
teachers, be doctors
Hmm.
and lawyers. Some of
Hmm.
our kids not cute. It took one little girl to say I'm somebody on
Hmm.
Steve Harvey show to present herself like that because how her mother raised her to say that.
Call her.
So
Yeah.
it went far around Chicago,
Hmm.
United States of America about this
Hmm.
little girl saying I am somebody. But at the
Yes,
same
sir.
time, you can say that, but how many people reaching out to kids to say you are someone or
Somebody.
you are somebody? No,
Right.
you got people judging them. You got
Hmm.
people sitting in a chair as a teacher telling them they ain't gonna be nothing. And it's many of
Hmm.
teachers told my child,
Hmm.
you not gonna be nothing. Her and her
Hmm.
friends. Who are
Oh
you to
wow.
sit here and say that and you have kids yourself?
That's right. That's the
You
wrong
ain't need
attitude.
your mouth to say, tell another kid she not gonna be nothing. So guess what? My daughter used that as you said that
Let me show you.
18 years from now, I'm gonna show you what I'm
That's
gonna be
right.
now.
I'll show you.
But
So
I
Mhm.
look at
anyway,
it like
you can
you
use
have
that
to.
that negative energy to push you to go
But a
ahead and
lot of
show.
kids, a lot
Right.
of kids don't think like her. See what I'm
No, they
saying?
don't. But
I
guess
built
what?
it into her.
When
She
you
couldn't do
tell somebody else or
that.
somebody else
Yes.
hears that and know that people are doing that, kids have enough
Yes.
going on. They don't need any negative feedback
No,
as
they
such
don't. No,
or
they don't.
putting down and such. Because just like we can change our lives around, they can change theirs around. And like
Yes.
I said, you may have had a rough beginning, but hey, you can change what's going to happen
Yes.
at the end. So
It's a
you
lot
can
of
always
talented.
change and make better choices. So
It's a
that's the
lot of
hope for that.
talented kids out here, and I tell them like,
Hmm.
I even tell drug dealers, if you can break down an ounce, you can teach a math class.
Oh yes,
Period.
those
If
are
you
some
can sit
very
here and
smart
tell me
people.
what's a
That's starting a
kilo
business,
and what's
girl.
an ounce is, you can flip the game. If you can sell crack to a
Yes.
crackhead, you can sell cookies to a baby. So
But guess
therefore,
what?
you can reach
Those
change
are
in your life.
entrepreneurs. They have their own business. They build their own clientele. They got
Mhm.
advertising that's free. I
Same
mean,
shit and
those
make it positive. I
they
mean,
got
they
people
operation
following them
so
because they leaders.
smooth.
That's
I'm
all, but they're
surprised
just
they
putting
ain't
it in
owned
negative
another one.
aspects. Yeah, so I always have some students like that, and I always try to help them find a better choice. You got those skills,
Mhm.
but let's try to put that in a positive light. Don't you know people are watching you?
Like,
Don't you know you got the right words that people are listening to? They admire you. So let's,
that.
Right.
put that in the right direction and make something of it for yourself where it won't land you in jail. So
And,
do something
and a lot
positive.
of people, and what I wish people stop, and I hope they share this thing. Share this
Hmm.
today. Like, share this one. If you don't share anything else, share this one. I wish people stop saying kids are bad. They not bad.
Yeah. No.
It's what you put into each kid to get
Hmm.
that like that. Like she's bad. No, she's not. She's feeding
Hmm.
off your energy. If you
Hmm.
are doing bad things around her, she gonna act like
Exactly.
that.
They'll pick it
If
up,
he's
won't they?
doing bad things around him, they're gonna act like that. This the
Hmm.
thing. If a kid is in a negative situation, they gonna think negative, they gonna act negative,
Hmm.
and everything. If you in a positive
Mhm.
situation and you doing things and you create
Yeah.
activities, all that comes in with one. It comes in building
And
them and helping
it
them.
does,
Like it's
but
a lot of things.
we have to
Yes,
respect that a lot of our babies have had trauma and experiences that came
yes,
along with them, and it's not going to happen
Right.
overnight. So
yes,
they are a product of the environment, like you're saying. Also, they're a
Right.
product of the experiences that they have had.
Mhm.
And until they have been given time to get over those experiences, be
Mhm.
taught, better ways and solutions and things of that nature, that you're gonna have some challenges. You're gonna
yes.
have some challenging days with those kids.
Yeah.
So you can't hold them accountable for what has
Oh,
happened to them in the past, just like
Mhm.
us as adults,
no, you can't.
So you got
Can't.
some horrible people out here that have horrible things to adults and to children.
Right.
So
Yes,
you have to give people time to heal.
yes,
And children, they're resilient, but even more so because they thought it was something that was right. It was correct because it was done multiple times over and over again. So that has to be unlearned. And that's that's a difficult thing. Once you see something and it's been going on, like
yes,
Charlotte was saying about the patterns and the
yeah.
habit, it just continues to go on. So you think that this is the way to go.
No, it's
Right.
not.
And
Not
then
the way.
you got to realize some of these parents have drugs in the house.
Yeah.
Yes,
Their mental health is not good.
Right.
And so you have all that together, and and then
Yeah.
trauma and fear, and then you had the violence in the streets and everything. Then you have COVID behind it. So,
Yeah.
and then the children have been at home. So I'm sure people get upset and they start
yeah,
arguing and
Yeah.
everything. And the
Lots of
children
that.
are in the home
yeah,
24/24 to
Mhm.
see this. They don't get a chance to get a rest by going to school and they're
Yeah.
coming
You're
back.
right.
They're there with everything. Everything hit that door. They know about it.
yeah,
Yeah. They know
yeah.
about all of it. You're right.
I used to
They,
say,
they
keep
come back
kids in the
and tell
back.
you.
Hmm.
They come back and tell you. They do. The kids come
Mm-hmm.
back and tell you everything that happened in that.
Yes,
And we
they
went to
do.
my auntie house and she did. I'm like, oh, hold up. I don't think you need to tell me all that.
All
But you
right.
know,
So
Mhm.
they will, because
Yeah.
they need to tell
Mhm.
they
somebody.
will.
If
And
they're
I want to
comfortable with you,
reach
they
out.
will tell you
They
everything. They
will. Yes,
really
they
will.
will.
Exactly. And I want to reach out to my young entrepreneurs, the ones that do hair, the ones that do nails, the ones that starting out, the
Oh yeah.
ones that practicing. Let me tell y'all
Mhm.
something. Y'all young. So if you don't know, teach yourself to learn it. Don't
Mm-hmm.
let no one stop you and say what you can and cannot do. Not your mother, not your brother, not your aunties, not your uncle. Don't let no one stop you. Move forward. Move
Mm-hmm.
forward and learn the ropes and keep moving forward. Because let me tell
Yeah.
you something. If you 16 and can braid hair, imagine what you can do when you 21.
That's right.
Imagine what you can do. So
And I want to
when I
say
say
that
my young entrepreneurs,
a lot of them have started the business with doing hair
yes,
and
I like
selling
that.
clothes and got their own brand. So kudos to those
Exactly.
Right.
young people that
Exactly.
have started those things. Yes.
Exactly. And it's a lot of young entrepreneurs sitting here saying they scared because they
Uh-huh.
scared to make moves. Make your move,
Right.
baby.
Yeah,
Make your
just never know.
to the fellas that got your t-shirt. Just
Mhm.
because Sam got a t-shirt, that don't mean your t-shirt ain't gonna knock off.
That's
It
right.
don't matter. Pull your
Mm-hmm.
stuff out. Show your
Mm-hmm.
work. Do what you
Yeah,
gotta do because you know what? The longer you wait, because Sam got it, the longer you will never do it. So do
yeah.
it.
Go
Go
ahead
out
and do it.
there and
Don't
do
be
it.
afraid.
But
Only
after
thing
he
you
said,
can do is nothing happens, and then you can just pull it back together and try something else.
yes,
That's
be
that's
your
what life
own
is all about.
CEO. It's best to work for yourself. It's best to work for yourself.
Yeah.
I'm 39 years old and I learned these 2 years through this pandemic, working for
Yes.
yourself is the best thing ever because I've been through hell and high water working with someone else, and
Other
you
people.
give your all and they don't notice it. Now
Yes,
imagine you
right.
working for yourself and you bringing somebody else that you work for millions of dollars in. You bringing them millions of dollars into the contract of what they doing. McDonald's, Burger King, Gucci, Fendi. Imagine you bringing in the same amount of money you bringing in for them for yourself. So you building your empire by yourself till you get your family. And then imagine when you get your family, your kids are sad. They
Mm-hmm.
sad
Mhm.
because you made them sad. At the
Yeah.
age of
Stepped out.
16, the way your man was thinking, like I'm a
Mm-hmm.
hairstylist. You brought your own hairstylist at the age of 21. You brought your own salon. How do that
Mm-hmm.
feel? You retire at 30.
Yeah,
If
you can do
you're the
that.
guy, you want to do it, go out here and do it. Don't stop cause your friend doing it and she say, oh, you doing it because of me. It don't
Mm-hmm.
matter. Go out there and get you
Do
what
you?
you need out of life and build your career and run with it. Be your own
That's right.
CEO. Be your
That's right.
own
We need more of
CEO.
those people. We
Right.
need
No
more of those
doubt.
people. Yes.
And when
And then
you
guess what? Don't be afraid to work for other
exactly,
people, because what you don't know, maybe somebody else know. You can collab
yes,
together
Right.
and
yes,
make it happen. Don't be
make
afraid.
it
You know,
happen.
we learning as we go.
And you know what? Two heads is better than one.
It sure is.
And let me tell
Mm-hmm.
you something. Us African Americans, we got if we get doctors, if we
Mm-hmm.
be lawyers, if we be hairstylists, at the end of the day, we got to depend on our own, like the other people do. We can
Mm-hmm.
say our doctor is here, our lawyer is here, our hairstylist is
Yeah.
here, so we can claim that.
Mm-hmm.
We can claim that. You guys claim what you got and
What
run
you
with
want?
it.
That's right.
Good motivation.
Yeah. So
See,
on that, we're gonna close out our show. Shawnette, that letter was good. It led us on to something else,
you
girl,
know,
didn't it? Woo!
Sure did.
Yes, it did. Yes,
Good.
I love
Good
it.
motivation.
So this is like you said, it's all for our youth and going to the future, trying to get some positive things out here because we're tired of all this negativity going on. So guess what? You heard it here first. We all trying to encourage
Yeah.
the youth and all those adults that had childhood trauma, letting you know it's okay to let it go and move forward. You know, go get the
and,
counseling that you need to get some support from your family, friends. Sometimes people you don't know can
counseling is
support you
not
better
bad,
than
you
people.
guys. And counseling
Yes,
is not bad. People be
yeah,
like,
it's not
"Oh,
bad.
I'm crazy." You is not crazy if you want to go to
Mm-mm.
counseling. No, you're
You're just
not.
getting the help that you need
You
so you can
getting
move
the help
forward
that
with your
you
life.
need. Yes, you
That's
Right.
is
right.
getting the help that you need.
Okay,
Mhm.
so We started out as one. Now we're four. Little Fred, he's not here, but he'll be back.
Yes.
And we started small and we're going big.
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 See you guys next
Big.
week, next Wednesday at 6:30. We're gonna have
See you
juicy
all.
topics too. Make
Send
sure
the
you
letters
share
in.
and post,
Uh-huh.
and then come up to our meetup so you can join some of our groups over there.
And don't forget to send your letters in to Nikki and
Oh yeah,
Tanya at yahoo.com.
welcome.
So
And
be sure
also the
that
Fred.
keep bringing the letters. That was a great letter.
It
Thank
sure
you.
was. Well, I hope we helped you too.
Yes.
Yeah, most definitely. Bye. Here's